Good morning, everybody. John Hoddish again. We're going to jump right into the genocide of America, the manufactured genocide of America. It's been in the making ever since old man Bush was in office. Actually, even before that, from the end of slavery, the genocide of America was in effect. The Democrat Party, I call them the socialists now, had their sights on destroying the American values and traditions of what America is really meant to be. We've never really experienced the benefits of America fully. The Constitution has always been picked apart. It's always been flexible, and the Constitution is the guidelines of what our pursuit of happiness should entail. Especially for the black community. They sacrificed and experienced more hardship than anybody else in America. It's all coming to light now, but I'd say the Bush administration, the old man Bush, is when things started to become noticeable. But we're going to take a different route on this discussion this morning. The genocide of America, as you can see, we're going to just point to the eradication of our history, the statues being torn down, our flag being disrespected, our soldiers being disrespected. I should say our military, the presidency being disrespected, Christian values and traditions being disrespected. You know, we can remember a time when I was young. I would go out around Christmas time, like early December, and with my family and look for a tree. And when you were out there looking for a tree or going shopping, you could see all the storefronts had Christmas decorations up. The celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ has been disrespected. Then you jump into the Constitution again, how it's being torn apart, and we're going to point to Virginia now. The Second Amendment is being just shredded down there, and Virginia is the model for the further destruction of America. Now, throughout the history over the past, I don't know, let's say 7-8 years, we had people testing the resolve and the courage and the discipline of the left, of the boomers. More specifically, they had terrorist groups like Antifa running around, causing mayhem, destruction, and they were predominantly white. And they're still out there doing the same thing. They don't realize that they're being used. They're just a tool. They don't care. The government, deep state, Islam don't care about them. They're being used to further their agenda, which is the takeover of America. We're starting to see. Well, let me get back to Virginia. The Second Amendment being destroyed completely. The governor down there says that he's going to confiscate guns. And if you read the laws that he wants to put into place, it pretty much is every gun that is made, you know, he wants to take these weapons from the people. And he said he's going to do it. He was going to utilize the police departments down there. And the police departments says, no, we will not comply. We will not go against our oath and take these weapons from the people. He said, well, fine, then we'll just use the National Guard. The National Guard commanding officer says they will not comply for the same reason as the police. And he says, well, he's going to use the UN Army to come in and do this. Is that possible? Well, why wouldn't it be possible? Because they violated every article in the Constitution just about. They're doing whatever they want to do. We would be naive to think that he doesn't have some kind of leverage or pull somewhere where he couldn't call in the National Guard. The UN Army. So is this the beginning of the next Civil War? Could be. It's a powder keg down there. I'm going to the rally. It's January 20th in Richmond. And I'll stand with my brothers and sisters. No doubt about it. And I'll sacrifice my life if I have to. I'll fight for America. But to further, to continue on where I'm trying to take you, is that, so we have Virginia doing this. We have abortion clinics set up, killing millions of babies a year, close to 1 million babies a year, mostly of the black population. Our children are being taken every day. You see at least 10 to 15 missing posts on Facebook about our children being taken. They're killing off our young. You see, in the Islams have written a long time ago a 100-year plan. I don't know if you'll be able to find it now on, in any kind of research that you do, because the search engines are eliminating all of this stuff that pertains to, I'm sorry, it's my grandson's tablet. I have to turn it off. These search engines been putting blocks up so you can't find certain literature. But I have it, the 100-year plan, and part of the 100-year plan contains the fertility rate of Islam versus the rest of the world. That's why Islam can, they marry as many women as they want, as long as the one man could produce at least 8 children. And in the same breath, they're here, Linda Sarsour, in New York, she's the co-chair of the women's rights movement, the women that wear vagina hats, and she endorses abortion. In Islam, she would be stoned to death if she endorsed abortions, but not here. It's okay for her to do that with American women, you see. And she's targeting the black community because at one time the black community was the biggest bearer of children in America. the white people or European people of European descent will never rebound. We're going to be extinct. Of people of European descent, white people. One day, we're going to see a lot of light brown people in this country, and that's okay. I have no problem with interracial relationships. I think it's great. My grandson's biracial, but it's to point. It's an indicator. It's indicative of what Islam is trying to do. The blacks, they're right on the cusp of never being able to rebound. Right on the cusp. And that's why they're attacking these Planned Parenthoods are putting up abortion clinics in or around inner cities, poverty-stricken communities. They're putting these clinics up so the black community can, or women can have abortions very cheap. So Islam is also behind taking away our Second Amendment rights because they can't do nothing as long as we all have our weapons. Now, herein lies the problem with that. You got half the country, we're divided, half the country is with the Socialist Party, the Democrats. So we don't have the firepower that we once had. So you take half of the country, plus all of the Islamists that are in this country, and all the anti-American or, un-American groups that are in this country, we're up against it. If a civil war did break out, it's not going to be over in 5 or 6 days like people think it's going to be. This is going to go on for 8, 9, 10, 15 years. But that's what it's going to take to bring America back to where it once was. I'm willing to sacrifice. Not many people are. So this manufactured genocide of America is real. You see it unfolding every day. They're becoming more blatant with it. Now, I want you to take a look and see all the attacks that are going on now. These attacks that have occurred recently in the churches was because of Islamists. I can't think of where a woman, Islamic woman, bombed or went in shooting in a Christian school. Killed 33 people in a Christian school. I know that a lot of yous are aware of what's going on, but if you notice the Islamist movement now, they're picking up their game. See, once they hit the majority of the majority in this country or in any country, that's when they start to rear their ugly head. When they're the minority, they'll act like your best friend and, they're so peaceful and loving, and that's just part of what they do. When they become the majority, you're going to see things get a lot worse. And the problem is that the people on the right don't want to break any laws. They don't want to go out and start a civil war. They're sitting ducks. So am I. We don't want to do that. But the left, the socialists, can. They break laws every day. They kill every day. Legally, what they claim legally through abortion clinics and these lone wolf jihadists are pointed out there. Their game is in effect, not fully, but it will be soon. I just want to bring this to your attention today. And that's all I have to say for this morning, but I'll get back to you at least once a week. So you have a blessed day, and think about what I said. Think about the answers. What can you do to help America become American again? Think about it. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.